Hi, I'm Exorcist, and this is Terra Invicta, where we're going to be playing as the Resistance. And as you can see, this game is a little bit different from what we've been playing on this channel usually. Well, actually it's not that different because it's also a grand strategy game. And it revolves around a certain event happening and triggering a bunch of other things around the world. And we kind of start here on the Earth, and let's just zoom in. You can see we've got our map here and all the nations of the Earth. The date is 1st of October 2022. Oh, you can see up here we've got the International Space Station and things. So this game starts out on Earth and you kind of vie for control, and then you move out into space. And you need to start up your space economy and get on with the game from there. I think this is going to be quite a fun game to play, and I'm still quite new to this game, but I really wanted to push forward something with it, so that's what we're doing. I've gotten a little bit smitten and don't really want to play anything else but this at the moment, but that's where we're at. So I'll see you at the game creation screen here in a second. Okay, so let's get this game set up. We only have one scenario to choose from. Obviously the full solar system and all 8 factions. We will be playing as the Resistance. I think this makes for a good first playthrough. It is the one that the tutorial is also, if you're playing that. Game difficulty, we're playing on normal. I haven't played enough to play on veteran and brutal, and yeah, I want a little bit of a challenge at least. But we are going to go into customized campaign here. We're going to start with the same setting as on the long campaign, except where we're going to pick this one off, and then we're also going to select 2 counselors. I want to start with an evangelist and an inspector. I think that's going to give us a decent start, a little bit more fun than getting the random ones. You usually get something like a politician and a scientist or something otherwise. So I quite like this, so we don't have to replace the 2 first ones we get. But let's get started here. Do that. Yeah, start when we're in.
We remember the day the stars answered, the day we learned we were not alone. As a familiar sun rose on an unfamiliar universe, some of us saw wondrous possibility and others existential danger. The astronomers had insisted that the bright streak in the sky was no natural phenomenon. Most of us didn't really believe them until it burned through our atmosphere and crashed in a remote region, leaving only wreckage and uncertainty. In our ignorance, we fractured, taking refuge in our most primal emotions. Each of us saw what we wanted to see. Everyone loves heroes, depends on them, to save us from evil, lead us through darkness. Problem is, real heroes are always ignored. What no one understands is that being shot at is easy. The hard part is convincing someone they're drowning before it's too damn late.
Alright, so now we are here, in-game. UFO crashes on Earth. An alien vessel has crashed down in the Norilsk region in Russia, where the wreckage is unrecoverable. We suspect an alien life form escaped into the surrounding countryside.
Greetings, Commander. I am pleased to report the Council has appointed you leader of our organization. I am Fiona Ayawade, your Chief of Staff. While most of the world is reacting with fascination at the arrival of an alien species on Earth, we represent a small group who believes the aliens' crash landing and disappearance may signify a potential threat. We intend to build an international organisation capable of investigating and, if necessary, combating any danger aliens may pose.
Alright, so here we kind of get to the gist of it all. So we are building up an international organization to be able to investigate and combating any danger the aliens may pose. That's to our help here. We've got some operatives or counselors, and we can get some objectives there, of course. We can see here the UFO crash site in Norilsk. It's right around the Urals, I guess, in Russia. It looks like right on the Urals here, actually. A pretty remote region, yeah. So we're gonna have to send someone up there to investigate that. Now I'm not gonna start talking about this like a tutorial. We're just gonna be playing the game, and I'll talk you through what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, of course, as usual. But so let's start off here with research. We don't want to be doing this. We're just going to be dumping everything into Global Skywatch, and this is because we want to get one of these slots. This one is 500 research points, these two are 250. Either of these would be fine for us to grab at the start. But I think we gain more from getting this tech done quickly than this one. We don't have any way to get into space or utilize this tech yet. And the AI is going to research these two for us anyway. So we've got global tech up here and council engineering projects or organizations engineering projects down here. We've only got one slot for that now, and the global is also we always have 3 slots for global, and we share those with the other ones, with the other organizations. So we can see them here. We don't know anything about them other than their names at the moment. Alright, so we've also got our, I'm just going to move away, overlay there a little bit, but we've also got our council here, so we can have up to 6 councillors and can turn to opposing councillors. So this is something we're going to work on throughout the game. These are the 2 councillors that we have. We've got our evangelist and our inspector. We can see that he's actually got a really good role here on persuasion. It isn't very good at anything else though. And you can assign organizations to your counselors. So we could pick up one of these organizations that would help him out. None of these actually look like anything that would help him. This one would help our organization because it's research. And at the moment we have a monthly income of 32 or an annual income of 383. And this one is a monthly income of 16, so that would be, well, it's actually 50% of our research, so that one is maybe something we want to pick up. And these other ones increase stats. This one would also be a good one to pick up. You see the monthly income there of 2 ops, and we don't have a very high ops income, and you use ops for quite a lot of different things, so that would also be a very good one to pick up, and can actually afford both of them. And that one gives one command, this one gives 1 espionage. So yeah, I think this one and this one, we'll pick them up right here the first turn. We've got our second character here, an inspector. He's got a good role on investigation. He's also got a very good role on command and on administration. He can't actually assault any alien assets, but on Earth he can assault the space assets. And we could get that mission to him from one of these groups. You can also see here on the edge how many counselors we have that can do these different jobs. And one of the important ones in the beginning of the game are Control Nation, Public Campaign, and Inspire is going to be an important one down the line too. And these 2 are quite good as well. And they can both do this Stabilize Nation at least, and that one's important. Purge is an important one, but not for this character. So his main one is investigation, so Crackdown is going to be an investigate counselor, of course. those two are going to be really important missions for him. But he can also do the control nation, and we'd like to see if we can actually pick up something else there for him. But I don't think we've got any other ones here that will give us missions that are actually useful right now. And let's just check, because we want to pick up a third inspector or a third character here. Let's check this officer out. It was a little bit old, but otherwise he's fine. This game starts in 2022, and you can run this for at least 40 years. So then he can do this as assault alien asset because he's a command character, so he's got a high command score. He's actually got a very good persuasion score as well. And he can do control nation for being for this being an off stat. And he also has a decent investigation and espionage, but he doesn't really have any missions set to that yet. But he would be a good pick. Let's see if we've got anyone. Activist could be a decent first pick here as well. He was a little bit younger. And gets a little bit of bonuses in certain countries. Okay, so Brazen basically pulls out the bad thing about persuasion, at least they're in nations where knowledge is above 9. Yeah, but activist, then we've got a politician here as well. It's a quick learner, that's a good trait, but otherwise it's not really anything that we want to have there. Got a commando here as well. That's also a command character. The main difference between these are the different missions they can do, right? Okay, but I think I'll go with Samsar Garai here. He's a decent first choice. He's got a good persuasion score that's going to be helpful here at the start of the game. And he's got a bunch of decent traits here as well as government that gives him access to a bunch of organizations. That one is a little bit annoying. I don't think this is one that we can get rid of either. And the Inspire mission is important, but we just have to get someone else that can do the Inspire mission in that case. But yeah, let's pick him up. We can pick him up now because we've got the cost for him. And now we've got 3 counselors ready for action. He actually had lots of experience there as well. But yeah, no, we can't get rid of the suspicious one. It's not that bad a trait either, so. And gain quite a lot of extra skills from it. He's got good administration. Command might not be the one that we need to level up immediately, but I think it might be the one that we probably want to push command on him, or maybe we push administration. Yeah, let's push this admin. Who do we want to have these on? Then he can have this organization, and we can put this one on the investigator for now, who they can actually do. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's grab this organization. That's 73,000 money, I guess. Or 73 million. I'm guessing it's something like that. 73 monies. And yeah, let's build up his admin a little bit, because it's going to be a little bit before we actually need command. Let's grab one in command and one in admin. He had the 2 points to spend. So through here we can't really do anything with. And he's got a little bit of espionage. But and he's got the purge mission, so he can do the purge mission in a pinch. Until we manage to get ourselves a proper espionage agent. So I grab the Antares solutions for him. That'll give us quite a bit more ops income, so that's important as well in the beginning of the game. Alright, so where do we want to start our campaign? So let's just check where we are popular. See if we've got a good amount of popularity. Oh, wow. Yeah, we've got loads of popularity here in India and Malaysia. We've actually got a decent amount in France as well. Now, if we go into France, we'll need to be spending a lot of time kind of integrating all of Europe. And it might be easier to just let the AI handle that for the start. Now we've got India here, which is it's not the best nation in the beginning, but it is a respectable nation, at least if we can get in there. And it should be easy enough to be able to make it into our own. And we had Malaysia as well. It should be, well, that's Thailand. Malaysia's down here, of course. We've got a good amount of popularity here in Malaysia as well. And Singapore is close by as well. And Singapore is a decent pick for developing their spacefaring nation. And we can get that started on starting to produce a boost. Our main objective in the early game, of course, is to get a mining base up on Mars. So our research and our needs to be heading towards getting mines, and we need to start getting boosts so we can actually lift a station into orbit and put one on the moon. For that, Kazakhstan would be good because they produce a lot of boost. Singapore can help out with that too. It's close to the equator, so it's a good nation for developing a space center in. But I'm kind of seeing an India start here with everything going on here. To get into India, it might be easier to go.
Standing by.
Let's see what chance we have to. We've got 4% chance in India at the moment. But we could start grabbing some of these surrounding nations. If we grab Pakistan, Nepal, and Bangladesh, and maybe Myanmar. And we could start putting some pressure on and getting into India a little bit easier. So I don't think, even if we spend lots of ops there, it's not going to help that much. I do kind of want to start getting Singapore early though. Either Singapore or Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan looks like it's an easier one for us. But we do need to leave the Eurasian Union before we actually get any of this boost. Because it's shared between all nations in the Federation, and the Federation is Russia and Belarus. So we need to stay here for. I think that we will go for.
We'll bring
start
this
out there.
nation
At least
to
we know
our
that we
side.
get some.
Ready for my mission.
Some boost there, and we'll start working with these two councillors on the neighboring nations here. Let's spend 2 influence.
Taking
and get
control.
it up to 50%.
Ready for my mission.
And we'll see if we can get into Myanmar is probably the easier one to start off with. I'll put 2 influence into there, we'll get up to 66%. Actually, we probably want to send someone into...
Establishing our presence.
But I think we
Ready
we'll send Emiliano here off to investigate the crash site in the Urals. We also want to set up some national priorities. We do that through here. And this is just, let's call it the default. We do want to have something like so. I don't want to have anything into anything else here, I think. We can actually have 1 pip into funding, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Funding goes into our coffers here. And the rest just... makes the country a little bit better. This is if we forget to set our templates for anything that is newly acquired, so we'll set that as default. So once we start taking control points, that's the ones that go in there. Alright, a long enough time, but let's start this. So this is a turn-based game. You get these turns where you assign your councillors. At the start of the game it's every week, I think, and then it increases as the game goes on. 1. Humanity. A growing realization that we are not the sole sapient species in the universe is causing many to see their fellow humans in a new light, leading to hopes that we can overcome our capacity for strife to address the alien arrival as one people. Let us try to set aside our differences and go forward together. So all nations gain 1 cohesion. That is one of these many stats that they have here. It's this one here. And it affects a bunch of things about the about how the nation works. Okay, so we did manage to investigate this alien activity. You always succeed with this one, and you get a 1% bonus towards researching xenology for everyone that you investigated.
We have found something, Commander.
And because this is the first one we do, we gain an extra 20 influence and 20 science, and this is just a one-time boost that goes straight into our allocations. So we did manage to find a small amount of debris here, and we'll get a research project shortly, and that's these alien signatures. And the UN Security Council meets. The UN Security Council has met to discuss the alien arrival. Unfortunately, the hoped-for show of international unity did not materialize, with China, Russia, and the United States accusing each other of hiding knowledge about the alien crash and preventing full access to the site. We have an opportunity to shape events to our advantage, even make our case directly to the nations of the world. However, with the eyes of the world on the meeting, our counselors' risk of exposure to enemies is extremely high. We get 3 options here. We can remain in the shadows, we gain a one-time boost of ops. We can quietly steer it towards the resistance, we gain some influence and some ops, and also a small public opinion boost. Or we can deliver our manifesto, and we gain 50 influence and a bigger public opinion boost. So we will run
They
this
are
one.
here to cleanse our sick world. The aliens are our saviors, and all who oppose them are enemies of the future.
Okay, so the servants here, they also delivered their manifesto, so we have encountered them now. And the servants, they want to, as Judith said here, she wants to help the aliens cleanse our world, cleanse our sick world. So they want to cooperate with the aliens.
Our only hope is to understand what the aliens want with us and determine how to satisfy them without losing our independence.
And then we got Kiran here, and he is with the Protectorate. And he says that we cannot fight the war that will result in our extinction. So he wants to appease the aliens. He wants to kind of surrender to them and do whatever it takes, as long as so that humanity isn't wiped out. And here we got this new project. So let's can open the research and we'll actually pop it in there. We won't do it just yet. We want to finish this one first. It's a pretty tight race. There are only 4 research points behind us. Picking up that extra research was probably quite good here. And we want to make sure that we're the one who actually finishes this one. Once we've got more than 125 here, we can start switching over to that one, so that we know that we will actually get that slot.
We were unable to establish control.
Okay, and here we can see the rolls that we get. So we needed a 72% roll to finish this mission. We rolled a 94, so that's above 72, and we failed. So that's
Mission abort!
And he didn't want to do this mission. It also happens sometimes. So the first turn we didn't really get anything out of it. So it does look here like we got even more here in India now.
Where do you need me?
The resistance movement is big here in India, but it's still only a 44% roll. Let's see if we can probably try to take Pakistan here. 2 influence gives us up to
Taking
57%.
What's the up?
And we'll see if we can just boost up these
We'll bring this
and
nation to our side.
see if
Ready to go.
we get any ones this time. Yeah, that's
We
fine.
will bring this nation to our side.
Let's just quickly check in here if we've got anyone that we want to recruit here. That would be if we pick up someone. I guess we could pick up Yahovir for a short while. He's got a decent persuasion score, and he's only got the public. I mean, he can't actually take countries. That's a little bit sad. So one of these missions probably prohibits it. Oh no, it's because he's a journalist. I've got an activist here that can do the control nation one. That might be a better one. It looks like he's an Indian as well, so that might help us. Yeah, this was the other guy that we were looking at before, wasn't it? I think we will pick him up temporarily. We want to replace him later on with someone else, with one that's more espionage focused.
Where do you need
might
me?
Actually,
Acknowledged.
yeah,
Reporting
I still
in.
think he's the one that'll have to
Ready.
go later on. He's good for what we're doing at the moment. So he actually gets a bonus here too. That's really good. If we were to add a little bit, it's a very, very low success rate. Maybe we can start doing some public campaigns. That doesn't do very much here either. Even if we were to add all our money into it. So let's get him in here. Another public campaign on Control Nation in Bangladesh. And give him 2 influence to spend there as well.
We will be running this place in no time.
And that should help us out a little bit. Let's just have a quick check on our organization. Oh, we can actually increase our inspector here. So we can't buy anything. Everything costs money here. We got some different costs. So we can increase his... we probably want to increase the investigation skill on him. That's a very good skill to have at a decently high rate. That'll help us grab control points if someone else takes them. But yeah, we did have someone trying to do that. Was
Standing
Crew,
by
wasn't
for
it?
orders.
We don't want to have you in Pakistan. We actually want you down here in
Establishing
Singapore
our
until we
presence.
actually get that one. Pakistan can wait. We'll try to grab the neighbors of India here, and then we'll grab Pakistan as well. We're still looking good there, so let's keep on going. Yeah, and we can pause any time here for these things that happen. As we stand up resistance operations, we are selecting our internal management team to help oversee our affairs. While we are gathering personnel from a variety of disciplines, at your direction we will emphasize a particular speciality. Okay, so, well, if we look a little bit at both the close and the distant option here, this one gives us a little bit of research, and that's going to be helpful, especially here in the beginning. This gives us a little bit more influence income. That's monthly, and we already have 75% monthly. So we don't need that. This one gives you a one-time boost of ops, and that's at the same time there. It's a decent amount actually, it's about a little bit more than a year's income of ops. That would be a good stockpile, but wouldn't help us anything after that, and money would actually be quite a decent increase there. It's a 300% increase in our money generation, but we haven't secured any nations yet, so I think we're going to go with the research here. I think this one helps us out the most in the short run, mostly to ensure that we actually have enough research here to take this slot. And then we should start landing
We've got our people in place.
Okay, so we did manage to take Singapore this time. We will repeat that mission.
We still lack support.
Bangladesh we failed in. And we will continue there
We
again.
failed to take control.
Myanmar too.
We were unable to establish control.
We're having some real bad rolls there. Well, hopefully this will be better next time around. So here in Singapore, we do want to make sure that we are funding a space program. So we will go on this point 50% into space program. That's fine. Let's pour everything into there. Make sure that we have a launch site. Yeah, we were trying to take Kazakhstan too, but we seem to have lost that one. That was why he aborted, because the servants grabbed that one from us instead. And we're all set for the next turn again. I don't think there's any new operations here or new organizations we can pick up. There's a few more here, but they're very expensive, all of them. Australian signals would be a decent one too. CERN would be a really nice one. That's lots of science, but it's also very expensive. And we don't really have that income to do that just yet. India, of course, has these armies as well that we can use to further expand.
We are taking over.
Okay, at least we have all of Singapore. Let's just press close there. That closes it out without unpausing. And we will press here and we'll put 100% of Singapore's economy into this spaceflight program. And that is 9.5 points monthly. It'll take us 5 months to develop a launch facility and being able to actually start producing boost.
Our presence is growing.
Okay, so we did manage to get Bangladesh here. We will keep going there.
We are taking over.
Myanmar, the same thing there. Repeat and
We've
continue.
got our people in place.
And Nepal, and the same thing there. We want to take these places. Okay, so Peru is ready for a new mission. And now if we try to take... Here we can see that we got control points in neighbors. That helps us out quite a lot. And the more control points we get in the neighbors, the better. Let's go here to Pakistan. And we will
Bringing
make
them
sure that
to
we
our
start
side.
bringing Pakistan into the fold as well. See, this is more cross here now. That means that the Academy has given enough research here that given the other nations that are other factions that have also put research in here, no one else can take this slot away from them. So they would be safe to put this down to 25% now and focus on their projects. We're up to 68 here, so we can't really do that just yet. We're waiting for that little cross to come up when when no one else can take the slot from us. Now we do want to just check in a little bit quickly, see if anyone has any experience. No, and there's no new organizations. And then we just let go again here. I haven't really decided how I'm going to do this, if I'm going to be cutting out a lot of this kind of intermediate gameplay.
The Surat al-Baqarah teaches that in the creation of heaven and earth, a wise people may find the signs of Allah. Let us heed those words and join together as we take our search into the stars. Director Khalid al-Ashgar from his khutbah at the first conclave of Muslim astrophysicists.
Okay, so this is the first global research that has completed. The Academy completed the mission to space, and they selected orbital shipbuilding. This one is not really anything we need right now. This one is important before going to Mars, but we're not even close to going to the moon yet, so they're a little bit ahead of time. But it's a fairly long research, so they'll probably not put that many points into it. You can see that we are leading them, but not by much, so we'll keep 100% focus on this one. We should complete this one, we'll complete this one the next day here as well. This one actually says that no one else can take this slot from us now.
Our supporters are in place.
We'll do the same thing here,
We have
Bangladesh,
gained significant support.
Myanmar.
The trick is not to look directly at what you are trying to see. Offset your focal point somewhere to the side of where you think you notice the movement. At night, the center of your vision doesn't work as well as during the day. I won't try to explain the science to you. What matters is you'll see whatever is out there before they see you. Colonel Hans Castillo, advising conscripts in Colombia.
Okay, so we managed to complete Skywatch. It doesn't really matter which one we would have completed. The important part is that we now control one of the global research slots. I'll show what this tech does as well. This is basically we allow all factions to track alien vessels and structures that are inside the orbit of Saturn, and immediately reveals all alien vessels and habitats within our detection range. And we gain access to the next tech there as well. We are going to go with advanced chemical rocketry. This gives us things that increase boost, and to be able to actually start collecting boost and being able to go into space. But let's just look at the tech tree here a little bit first. So this is the tech tree for global technology. You can see it's quite extensive. It goes on for a long way out here. And then you got these end game techs. And so you go through everything here from orbital shipbuilding and advanced chemical rockets, basically things that would be feasible right now. And you, at the end of the tree here, you start going into antimatter mass production and things like that are very, very advanced. And this is just for the global techs. If we look at the full tech tree, and we zoom out a little bit here, you can see this is with ship components and habitat modules and other parts, integrations for being able to assimilate different countries into one and so on. It's a very, very big tech tree, a little bit daunting. They did make a big move to consolidating them a little bit here in the latest patch. But let's grab some advanced chemical rocketry there. I think we can afford to spend 25% here. This is a big tech, so once this one is finished we can go back to 100% up here.
Wrapping up here.
Yeah, they're
Our
already done there.
supporters are in place.
So Nepal is also under our control.
Our presence is growing.
Pakistan is under our control. Or starting to get under our control at least.
I'm here.
And that of course makes it a little bit easier to grab the next point. We'll do the same thing. We'll
Putting our people in place.
And here I think
I'm here.
in Nepal we've got them all. I think this is a good enough setting for Nepal for now. And Nepal is basically a stepping stone into India. And maybe I don't know if India actually has a core. No one has a claim there, but we can probably get claims later on. Maybe down here, no. I don't think India really has anywhere they can expand into these regions without researching any technology. So these small countries are mostly to actually get into India, and then we'll have to find something else to do with our control cap. And we've got them all in Myanmar. We got one more in Bangladesh, 2 more in Pakistan. The question is where we want to try to go now. You're not the one to go down there, but we could go down here in Malaysia. It's a 65% chance they like us down
Establishing control.
here. I think that's
Standing
fair
by.
enough. So we might
Acknowledged.
actually want to just spend a little bit of influence there as well.
Bringing
To
them on
increase it.
board.
Standing by for orders.
Samsur is a little bit better at least. Even there's absolutely no chance there whatsoever. We've got an 86% chance here in Laos. So maybe we go in there. They're not very good, these nations down here. Especially not for the cost of them. But I think we do need a base of operations somewhere to start, and then we can start looking into other ones. Here was actually a really good one as well. Or easy one. That's a 10 science for 4. That's about 2 science per point. If we look here, these are 25. That's 150. That's less science per point in India than it is in these smaller countries. But let's try to consolidate a little bit here in East India. Okay, so Japan has been under the academy control there. 86%. I think we go for this point in Laos for now.
Establishing control.
We'll just spread out a little bit in this region. Could also go into the Middle East here. Let's just check that we don't have anything that we can do there. We keep going. So now that we've got a few nations under our belt, we're starting to increase our cash reserves here again. We may now appoint our faction chief advisors. With our management team on board, we may now recruit our core group of advisors to assist our interactions and oversights with nations aligned to our cause. This gives us 4 points or 4 choices. We can focus on economic development, or for space flight and boost. We can make investments into the military stronger, or we can emphasize welfare and knowledge. I think we're going to go for the economic development. India is a very
Mission
good
is a
target for that.
no-go.
And he was going to Laos, I think, yeah. You can see here
We've got our
that
people in place.
humanity first got to this point before us, so we aborted.
We've gained significant support.
We got Malaysia,
We've gained significant
and
support.
Pakistan will continue on as well.
Ready for orders.
And
Reporting in.
I think he's now got a 15% success chance here in India. So let's actually bump this up to 18% spent. I think that's good enough. So we've got lots of neighboring points, and he has these extra good traits for this. And we'll
Bringing
grab
them
them
to
there.
our side.
Samsung unfortunately lost out on this one. Let's actually spend one turn to just go down and defend our interests in Singapore.
Making things safe for our people.
This is a very important part of our strategy at the moment. 14th of November, so very soon we will finish the alien signatures. And we're still leading all the other factions in this slot at the moment. And that can change very, very, very quickly in this game. Let's get rid of all those notifications.
Securing our interests.
And that is something that pops up really early. So they are secured for about a year or half a year. And that just means it's very, very, very much harder for anyone to take these points away from us. And here we finish the alien signatures. There is no doubt extraterrestrial life has touched down on Earth. The many questions we have regarding its origin, its species, and its intent will have to wait. All that matters now is finding it. By cross-referencing reports of unusual events in the vicinity of the landing site with similar data from our global intelligence network, we have developed a tracking system able to reliably identify disappearances, most likely resulting from alien activity. This allows us to detect alien abductions on Earth.
Commander, we appear to have an alien on the loose.
Our studies of the crash site have determined that a motile, sapient life form survived the crashdown and moved with purpose into the nearby wilderness. We have no footage of the creature, nor any further sighting reports. Worryingly, however, we are receiving reports of strange occurrences in nearby communities, including disappearance of both animals and people. So far, we have no hard evidence that these events are related to the alien arrival, but should our agents detect concrete evidence of abductions, we should immediately investigate. So they want us to do a survey location mission in a region near an alien crash site. And we got a new objective here. Our research division has been studying the fragments of debris our counselor recovered from the crash site. The volume of material is very small, but our researchers have nevertheless drawn some important conclusions. The debris is made of some kind of metallic alloy that is unusually hard and strong, with properties that do not fully match anything that human engineering can reproduce. Several of our researchers suspect that some fraction of the substance may be extrasolar in origin. However, we have definitely established that the majority of the mass in the debris bears the unique signatures of our solar system's formation. In all likelihood, this ship was built somewhere within the orbit of our Sun. If our analysis is correct, it suggests that the aliens have at least one base of operations within or very close to our solar system. Locating it would be a valuable intelligence windfall. And they want us to research Skywatch and Deep System Skywatch. Now, Skywatch we've already researched, and the alien signatures we've already researched. So we've got a little bit more to work on there. The more we learn about aliens, the more our science teams are coming to feel that we are not as far behind technologically as we initially feared. The alien designs are far more advanced than ours, and their material science is particularly impressive. But the alien equipment seems for the most part compatible with our own scientific understanding. If we gain access to some working examples of alien technology, our research division believes that they should be able to reverse engineer them. I recommend you select a small and vulnerable alien target that we can swiftly overwhelm, enabling us to loot the field and withdraw before the aliens can respond. So they want us to engage with the alien assets, either a facility or a landed UFO, a habitat or a spaceship or an army. So we need to select something new. We'll just pick this one up because we might actually do something in it later. We'll bump everything over into advanced chemical rocketry again, because we want this one done as soon as possible.
Our presence is
boost
growing.
income. So we go and gain the last control point in. No, we need one more in Malaysia.
We still lack support.
Pakistan, we need to do one
We are
more.
taking over.
No, we did manage to get the one in India. That's very good. So we'll have a look at him once we start again there. I think we are done here in Malaysia. No. We still got one more we can do in Malaysia. Let's give him some influence.
Putting our people in place.
Waste more turns than we have to. And we will keep working here on India. I think the same thing, we do need to spend quite a lot of our influence to actually gain India here.
Taking control.
Gaining one of the big nations in the game is very powerful. The big nations, of course, being China, Russia, United States, and to some extent India. India is probably the lesser of the three big powers. The European Union is also a big power, but you do need to consolidate the entire European Union before it actually becomes a big nation. So in the beginning of it's a very fun start, but it's a little bit more micro intensive. So I thought going for something else here might be a little bit more fun to watch. Now we're coming quite a way here. We're 1/5 of the way to our spaceflight program in Singapore. Singapore will into space. The 15th of November, that means we should have, might have some new counselors. Maybe, nothing, yeah, we've got a professor here. A professor is a pretty good recruit, but well, hang on, we're gonna get the 5th slot here soon enough. And Samadashi is very good here in India, so we'll keep him along for time being. We did want to check just on organizations. Okay, so we can get Cetus Energy here. That'll cost us 60 credits. We'll actually gain 8 back per month for that, so this will pay itself off in a little bit less than 10 months, right? No. That's 6 months, 7 months about. But this is the kind of organization we really need though, and that's very expensive. Now this one would gain us half a boost per month. Some money, some research, some projects, some science, and a bit of security. If we can grab that one, that would be really good. And this one only gives us that income. But Prue here, let's up his persuasion there a little bit. You can actually customize your characters all together here if you want to. And select their name and their gender and ancestry and everything here, and select their voices. It's quite customizable that way. I'm debating whether we should pick this one up or we should save up for this one. That one is so expensive that we do need more. Oh, Perun here is also quite good. He's another YouTuber, in case you didn't know, that does play a lot of this game. He's got some really good videos if you do want to check them out. And that would also be a very good pickup for us. It gives us a mission control as well. And let's grab the persuasion here. That's gonna help him in India. And maybe we do pick this one up then. The question is on who do you want to place it. It doesn't actually help anything. Yeah, so let's just pick it up and put it on him. We're gonna need to find some way to increase our income a little bit more. Maybe we can actually run a little bit more higher funding on these smaller nations that we have here. Don't need to build them up quite as much. Maybe the same thing in Pakistan. Okay, so Humanity First has gone into Thailand here as well. We can always oust them from here later if we want to. We're going to be going over our cap, I think, once India's going to require us to abandon a bunch of these nations anyway.
We believe we can join them as brothers and sisters if we only convince them we are worthy.
Okay, so we met Li Qingzhao, the leader of the academy. And the academy, of course, they are very they're very sciencey, and they want to show the aliens that we are equals and sign a peace treaty with them. We still haven't met the initiative Humanity First or Project Exodus.
We've got our people in place.
Okay, so we did manage to take this last one in Malaysia as well.
Mission cancelled.
Our supporters are in place.
We managed to grab the last
We
one
were
in
unable
Pakistan.
to establish control.
Yeah, very close to get the one in India, but we just have to keep going there. This also means that the Pakistani army is under our control now. That means we can move it around wherever we want to, within the territory, because we're not at war with anyone. But we could invade Afghanistan if we had a claim here. We don't, so nothing's going to happen there. Pakistan also has 2 nuclear barrages. A nuclear barrage you can use to destroy an army or destroy an alien or attack an alien when they land. What do we have? Yeah, that's one of the Indian armies. Really, this is the region that you can fight for if you want to. I think India does not have any claims on anything else in Pakistan. And that means that we are done in Pakistan. Or maybe we want to move over and keep... Yeah, or we can start to... Let's just do some public campaigning here. 20% chance is a decent one.
The people. Ready.
Okay, yeah, we got Malaysia down there. And what more can we do? We can do a survey location. No, not Antarctica. Let's go up here to Norilsk, where the...
Initiating recon.
where we had the spacecraft crash. I could actually have done that with our inspector as well. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Let's just check, do we have any... Oh, it's peaceful. We've got quite a lot of unrest here. We could go in and try to stabilize India a little bit.
We'll restore peace to this nation.
So this is gonna... Unrest is, of course, gonna be bad for the nation that we are trying to build up. And they already have boost, so we wanna add some more into boost here, probably quite a lot more. Let's keep one in funding. We probably want to be building a bit of mission control as well. At the same time that we're building up the actual nation. Eventually we're probably going to want to finish this army off here and build navies for all our armies. We'll get to that when we start needing a military. We don't really need it just yet. And we don't have the cash to buy any of the new organizations there. Get rid of that one. Yeah, that's fine.
Initiating surveillance.
That's also a very early one. I did manage to get another project here, an alien flora project. Most obviously I've found some of the alien flora down here, some alien life forms.
Things are cooling off.
I did manage to stabilize India a little bit. I'll keep going there.
Opinion remains unmoved.
Yeah, that was a tough roll. And we gained another research project.
We have gained significant support.
And we did manage to gain that additional point. We'll keep going here in India. And that also means that one of the Indian armies is under our control. And these ones do a little bit different ones. So the third one here in India, it's already put us above the cap. But it gives us a little bit extra in unity. So we gain more public opinion from keeping this one in India. So once you have that one, India is very hard to break.
Standing by.
We're gonna just keep going here in India, that's fine.
At your service.
And here we can actually assault these alien life forms that we found. 81% chance, so we're gonna do that. 14% isn't that good. He can't really stabilize this nation either. I mean, we could get some more support down here. We don't have that much support in Singapore. And we might need a little bit of extra since we're spending all that money on the spaceflight program. We are way over our cap here now, so we do need to abandon some kind of nation here. We just managed to grab Malaysia, but this might be the ones that we are abandoning. That is 30 command points. And we don't need to abandon all of them just yet. But since they are not bordering... Yeah, these are going to be the ones we abandon. And we can hang on to them for a little bit. We can do it that way, and we can get the armies of the command bar down there. Until we're actually at war, we don't need to see them. We'll repeat that one down there. Okay, so a second UFO has crashed on Earth. And this time it's down in Brazil. So we're gonna have to go and investigate this one, of course.
Violence is abating.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep lowering this here until we...
Target destroyed!
Now we managed to destroy all the alien plants up in Russia, and that's good.
Our supporters are in place!
And we got the third control point here in India. So we're gonna keep going there. That means we got another army under our control. Let's just press this one here and we copy the same over to them all. And maybe we can bring unity and welfare down a little bit here. It's important for us to boost up the knowledge and the economy here. And of course, investing into boost and mission control so we actually start producing a little bit more. We're starting to gain here, but we've got an annual income of 0.72.
Your orders?
That's not going to help us get to the moon. Okay, so we're going to go ahead to Brazil and investigate the missions there as well. And let's quickly check. I still got our conglomerate here that we want. I got CERN there as well. That would be such a good pickup. It looks like we are negative. Yeah, we're negative on influence because we are very, very, very poor on command points. And I think we do need to abandon Malaysia now. We're still a little bit above, but that's fine. And now we're positive here. And you can need to increase this command cap by either putting more having more
report when
administration
my
on your
mission is
counselors. It won't say if they level up the admin
Our
score
cause is unjustified to them.
there. No, that was an unlucky roll.
Our efforts didn't have any effect.
Yeah, we'll keep going there too.
Here is what we have found.
And we managed to investigate the
Cleaning
UFO
things
site
up.
down here. I don't know if we found anything, but I think we do need to set him to do something else there as gain 2. So this one will be done very, very, very shortly. Yeah, and humanity first swooped in and took our control points in Malaysia
Our
directly.
presence is growing.
We did manage to pick up the next one here in India. That is really good. We do want to have the last one there as well. Alright, so while we are here, we want to do a survey location. See if we
On
can find
Overwatch.
anything weird going on here where this UFO crashed as well.
Ready for orders.
Inspector here, he will keep trying to lower unrest in India. We are going to need to... how much is Singapore? Singapore is 20. And we already said that India is about 150. So between India and Singapore, those are about the two ones we can have.
Ready to go.
We've got a 70% chance. I think we're going to wait until we've actually got this last slot before we let anyone let loose the other nations around here. We will keep going there. We should have some new either recruits available. Got another professor down here. It might be a spy that we need next. Someone who's good on espionage. No, I think we get an espionage character. No, your command character, of course. None of these are really decent at that. But the inspector has a okay score, I guess.
Setting a watch.
Yeah, so we'll see if we find anything else down there in...
In each of us, embers glow. Through meditation, prayer, and togetherness, these dim sparks will blossom into the roaring flames they were meant to be. Superior Judith Howell, Burn Brighter, Self-Improvement Course.
Yeah, so we did complete Advanced Chemical Rocketry. This is really good. So we did contribute the most. If you do want to read all of these, it's actually quite interesting text in all of these researches. I'm not going to read out all these research texts, but I will keep reading out the alien ones and the storyline and technologies that we do. Okay, so where do we want to go from here? So once we get to the moon, we're going to want to have outpost hubs, and that'll lead us to being able to build an outpost on the moon. And then we also need the mines. Let's see, down here we found some alien life forms now. That means we can start wiping them out again next turn as well.
The people will come to our side.
Yeah, so we are gaining some influence down here. The energy lab.
Order is returning.
Yeah, let's keep going there too.
Mum's last years were a blur of doctors and treatments. By that point, every movement was painful. The one thing she loved was her aquatic therapy. Whenever I was home on leave, I'd take her to the pool for hours. Weightless, smiling, free. Commander Fiona Ayawade, Junior Psychological Evaluation.
Okay, so and they selected deep space propulsion concepts. This one is also more to do with the Martian expansion. Oh, this one is more to do with same with the orbital shipbuilding. They're a little bit ahead of themselves. They haven't really thought about how they're going to the moon yet, but these are technologies that we would have to research ourselves otherwise. So it's very good that they are spending their tech points to do them. Okay, so they grabbed the executive in Malaysia, and Exodus grabbed the old one. Well, we abandoned them.
Our
So
supporters are in place.
now we managed to grab the last one here in India. And Myanmar, they took from us. But it's fine, we're going to abandon Myanmar now anyway, so... that means we got the last one there as well. So before we actually do anything here, we'll just abandon Myanmar. We're still way over cap here. So Bangladesh is 30. And Nepal is 10. That's 40. How much is Pakistan? So if we abandon Pakistan and Nepal, we can probably keep Bangladesh. Question is which one is better. This one was... Yeah, let's see if we actually have quite a decent research rate. Let's get rid of Pakistan. We'll leave them on this and they will become a better nation eventually. Unless someone else goes in there. And we need another about 10 there, so let's abandon Nepal too. And now we are under our cap and we've got all of India.
Where do you need me?
This also means that we
Ready
want
to go.
make sure to...
Reporting in.
Yeah, you need to assault the alien life forms. We
Gear
found. I don't think anyone
At your
else...
service.
Yeah, we've got Emiliano here. He can defend our interests in India.
Securing our control.
So that's
Standing
gonna
by
be
for
very
orders.
important, of course. Something like that. And we've got at least a hefty portion of the economy going into space assets. Sorry, space assets. And then we also got Bangladesh. What do we want? Maybe we actually want to develop a space program here too. No, let's just have this more into funding. What do they want from spoils? And that'll make it at least 30%. No, we're not going to put 30% into spoils. We're going to try to fix this country instead. We need to lower the amount of strife there. The same thing as we're doing here. And we need to increase our popularity, of course. India is quite fine. We can go for a little bit more here. Actually, what we could do is start to inspire our counselors. And we have, especially Emiliano here, seems to have very low loyalty. We will check exactly where they are later on. So we just go inspire. So inspire increases their loyalty.
I will make sure they are on our side.
Just increase their loyalty a bit so that they don't flip over to the other factions. This one could be a good one to pick up and run on slow burn there. We seem to be in enough of a lead here that I'm fairly content in doing that. Now that we've got India, we've actually got a decent science output. I'm not sure we can see how much resources our competitors have. Now the 4 that we know about, we can see a little bit of at least, or the 3. So we can see that the Academy have managed to stockpile 1.4 boost. And they've got the International Space Station, that's why that's taken up there. And they've got no influence, but they're making 17 science per day, so that's more than us. The Protectorate is also making about 17 science. They don't really have the boost. But they do have some source of boost, but it must be tiny. It's not as tiny as ours, but it's not very big. Servants here, they also have a little bit of boost coming up. The Academy is way over their control cap. That's probably why they've got so high science, and the same thing with the Protectorate. We might want to look at something that's about 5 control points as well. Actually, I think I have one that we can fit in here. If it's free, of course. Yeah, and science here is 12 on the servants. Maybe that would be better than doing these public missions. No. I was thinking of Iceland. Iceland is a decent one. It's very cheap, but there's lots of research. We can actually go in here and check on if we press control points. I think we can see nations with just one here. And then we want to see something down here with a decent amount. That is free, of course, too. We got 12 research there. It's not very good. 8. 26. Estonia is a very good one as well. Madagascar, that's occupied as well. Down here. I'm basically looking at things with more than 20 science. That's a small nation. Let's see if we can find anything that is decent. No, not really. Boost income then. I still want to be by control points, I think. Latvia and Estonia, these would have been quite a good pickup there. Since they're in the European Union, they do gain some boost. Yeah, and maybe it doesn't make that big of a difference then. How much is Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka is a lot more. So the control points are usually based on population. Afghanistan is not going to help us there. That's it. It's a very expensive one for what it is. That's down in France. Oh, we'll just keep going where we are.
Making things safe for our people.
I believe they'll stay loyal to the cause.
We'll repeat this one, I think. So they gain 1 loyalty per mission you run against them. Okay, so we did manage to unlock this one. This one's going to be really key for Mars. We'll set that one as a favorite.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Yeah, we'll keep moving public opinion there. That's fine.
Score 1 for the good guys.
We managed to wipe out the invasive flora and fauna. That's also good. That'll set the aliens back a little bit.
The dreamer in me wants to believe it would bring a golden age of advancement and prosperity for all mankind. But I'm a realist. I know better. Any race advanced enough to find us would be advanced enough to end us, likely without even regarding us. Commander Fiona Ayawade, NATO Symposium on First Contact.
Okay, so we finished We Are Not Alone. This is also one of the starting texts, and they decided to go for Deep System Skywatch. This unlocks clandestine cells, which is a very important tech for us. It unlocks the 5th Counselor. We're gonna get started on that one right away. This Deep System Skywatch is also an interesting choice. It makes so you can see the aliens all across the solar system. We're gonna go out and check if we can see anyone there too. We managed to put a few research points into this, but yeah, we haven't unlocked clandestine cells yet, of course. We're gonna have to wait for it to unlock. Let's pop out into the solar system here. And we can actually see one of the first alien vessels that are inbound. This is a Stone's Echo class gunship. And this is what she looks like. And we don't know very much about her. We know that she's got 2 drives. We don't know anything about her. We don't know what kind of weapons she's carrying or anything like that. We of course can know her speed. Don't really know how we know how much propellant she's carrying or the delta V that she's capable of. But we know that she's a good combat ship. She's got a 3.9G combat acceleration. She's got a very good turn rate. She's 50 meters long, 10 meters wide, and about 5,000 tons, or 5.4 thousand tons wet. And so the Jade waves. And she is inbound for Earth. And if we look here, she will arrive at the 13th of February. and we don't have anything we can intercept her with, so that kind of information isn't very useful for us right now, but it will be in the future. But I think for now that's going to be our first episode. So I hope you really enjoyed this as much as I've enjoyed making it, and I hope you tune in for the next one. So thank you very much for watching. Take care and see you next time.